Welcome to Lynnis Minutes. Join me as we talk about mind, body, spirit wellness topics for women over 40 in just a few minutes. I cover a myriad of topics, all designed to help you to be well in your mind, body, and spirit. Join me for great information on how to live a holistic life after 40. If you want more information, join my Facebook group, Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond. And remember, it only takes a few minutes to start your journey to wellness in midlife.
Hello, everybody. It's Lynnis, and I am live in the group. I had a little problem getting on. I don't know why my cell phone doesn't do live anymore. So I'm here in my office. I was going to go live when I was actually on my phone, but for some reason the button's not working. But you know what? After this weekend, there aren't any technological challenges that are going to stress me out. Hello, and welcome to Lynnis Minutes. And I just wanted to spend a couple of minutes with you, sharing with you some of the key learnings I had during the Hope and Wellness virtual retreat. For those of you who signed up and registered, you will be getting the edited version, all of the downloads, the attachments, and the links that all of the wellness women that were participating in the summit, with 21 wonderful speakers that participated in the summit. It was really quite an experience. And, you know, it took quite a deal of coordination. And I first want to thank my partner and friend, Carolyn McGraw. She was the one who helped get the speakers. She did a great job. I also want to thank my interns, who are the most awesome intern team on the planet. Tony, Lindsay, and Hayden, you guys rock. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. And the speakers, I mean, I wouldn't say too numerous to mention, but you'll just have to find out who they are, because I will be streaming the the Hope and Wellness virtual retreat will be streaming hopefully by Tuesday or Wednesday. We're in post-production right now, so you can see some of the key moments of the summit. And if you registered, you're not only going to get a chance to have your very own recording, but you're going to get all of those downloads and attachments and links and talking points and things that the speakers provided for you. But when it comes to my key learnings, there were a few that I had. The first one was the importance of sleep. Sleep deprivation is not what you want to get into if you're doing a major event like what I was doing. I had to learn to calm myself down so that I could get enough sleep, because I was really racking the hours. And I knew from a wisdom standpoint that there comes a point where you have to let go and let God and get some rest. And I found it hard for me to wind down. So what I did was I came up with my own little concoction to help me calm down in my diffuser. And I don't know if you can see let's see. Can you see my diffuser back there? I don't know if you can see it or not. Can't see it. Anyway, it's back there. And I used my Stress Away from Young Living oils and my lavender from Young Living oils and a little bit of frankincense. And that really helped me to calm down. I put it in my diffuser, and then I just closed my eyes before I went to bed and just quieted my mind with meditation. Quieting your mind before you go to bed, slowly disconnecting yourself, almost kind of like shutting down your computer before you go to bed, is really impactful when it comes to getting a good night's sleep. So what I did was I did my diffuser, I meditated, then I took a lavender bath with Epsom salts. That really helped a lot too. And after I did that, I went to sleep and I disconnected everything. My phone I kept in my this office here, and I turned it up so I could hear it in case one of my girls called me. But I turned everything else off: the cable, any LED lighting in my bedroom. I just turned it all off and shut completely down. And although I only got maybe about 4 or 5 hours of sleep because I went to bed so late, I still felt refreshed when I woke up in the morning. So that was one key learning about, powering down, just like you power down your computer. I learned a really powerful lesson the other day about not shutting down my computer. So now I shut down my computer every day, and I'm learning to shut myself down every single day. The second thing I learned was about the breath. and how powerful it is. I cannot tell you how stressful it was running the dashboard because I was alternating between video and live and pulling in introductions that were video and outros that were video, and then bringing in people from the waiting room into the deck on Zoom. I mean, it was crazy. And I found the best way for me to do that is to go back from some of my basic teachings that I learned from Dr. Shelly Neglect, and that is controlling the breath and using the breath to kind of calm yourself down. And it wasn't just taking a deep breath, like it's like taking a deep breath and then letting it out with a sigh like this. It may sound horrible, but every time I take those 3 deep cleansing breaths and letting it out like a sigh, it just kind of it reset me. And in one of the talks that one of the speakers, they explained specifically from a scientific basis why that works, why letting that breath out through your mouth like a sigh really does help to reset your brain and does something with the chemicals in your brain too. I'm telling you, you got to listen to the summit and you'll get some fantastic, awesome tips on how to deal with anxiety and stress, nervousness, and calming down and getting more rest. So I used one of the tips that I got from Dr. Shelly Neglect, and I did a deep breath that really helped me to calm down. The minute things started going awry in my controls, of course, I went into prayer, but I also started breathing so that I could think. It helped get more oxygen into my brain, and I was able to troubleshoot real time what was going on. So that was the second thing that I learned. The third thing I learned was the importance of hydration. The brain is something like 90-something% water. And when you're under a lot of stress and when you haven't eaten well or when you haven't slept well, you have a tendency to get dehydrated. And as you age, you get dehydrated a lot more than what you used to very quickly. Now, I always drink my lemon water in the morning and I drink water throughout the day. But I found that while I was producing the retreat, I needed lots and lots of water. I think I must have drank 2 gallons of water that first day. The second day, maybe 1 gallon. I needed the hydration from my brain to revive my brain because I was using up so much mental energy figuring out how to make all of this work. And of course, we had some technical malfunctions that wasn't me. It was Zoom. They had issues all last week. Maybe some of you might have been on some Zoom calls or heard about it. Zoom even issued a major apology to everyone, mea culpa to everyone, because they had so many issues around just stuff that normally works. And here I am pressing buttons and they're not working, or there's buffering going on. And I know I have people on the other end that are waiting for the next thing. And I said, okay, time to breathe and let me drink some water. Get me some hydration going on. And then suddenly I was able to focus a little bit more and solve most of the technological problems. The other thing I learned during this whole process was the importance of stretching. The retreat was from 9 to 2, so it was long. And I was sitting behind the controls the whole time, monitoring stuff and doing stuff behind the scenes. But that doesn't mean that because I was off camera a lot of the time, that I couldn't get up and do some stretches. And that's what I did. And the stretches not only revived me, but they also kept me from being sore and being tight in my muscles when I finally left for the day. It helped me to calm down because I was stretching throughout the day to help me keep my ligaments, the blood flowing through my ligaments. That's so important. And also making sure the blood was flowing to my head. Okay, because your brain needs nourishment, and it gets nourishment from the blood flow that goes to the head. That's why doing things like the downward dog in yoga is so important, because it does help to bring blood to your head so that you can see, so that you can focus better, so you can think better, so you can process more information. So I was very thankful for that. And the final thing that I learned while doing this is grace. Being gracious with yourself, giving grace to yourself. It doesn't help to beat up on yourself when things start going wrong. It doesn't help to beat up on yourself when you are the person who's got to figure it out. Giving yourself grace and saying affirmations to yourself about, how much you love yourself, how wonderful you are. I did some tapping, that's for sure. Definitely did some tapping during some of those times when technology wasn't working the way I wanted it to work. But I gave myself grace before I started, the day, gave myself grace during the day, gave myself grace afterwards. And instead of beating up on myself in terms of what didn't work, I was very thankful for what did work and focused on that instead. And what I did during that time is that I really wanted to begin to write down those things that I was grateful for as it was happening. I mean, I have a list of things here. I don't know if you can see it or not. I probably can't see. Oh, there it goes. There you can see a little bit. That was my grateful list. And there was a whole bunch of things to be grateful for because there was a whole other things that was going on in the background. But bottom line was that I used that inner wisdom that all of us have from all the different teachings that I've had through the years and all the different teachings I'm sure that you've had too. If you use those things, if you allow them to come forth, it will get you through whatever it is you have to face. The bottom line is that if God brings you to it, then he will bring you through it. He gave me this idea for the Hope and Wellness virtual retreat. He gave me the idea for the Hope and Wellness brand. Therefore, he was going to give me everything that I needed to be able to do that. He gave me a beautiful partner in Carolyn McGraw. He gave me these wonderful speakers, not once, but 4 different times, because I had that 2-day summit in May, and that was another set of speakers, about 14 speakers, and then the 2-day virtual retreat just this past weekend, another 21 speakers. He blessed me with over 30 speakers, women who I did not know. There were 2 or 3 that I knew, but most of them I didn't know. They just came in from different parts of the United States and the world to support this effort because they believed in the messaging. So if you have something within you that you know you want to do, and you've been putting it off because things aren't perfect, I encourage you to jump into the icy cold water, okay, and do that thing because you'll receive all the things that you need to over time to get it done. It's a shame when we have these dreams in our hearts and minds that we want to pursue, and then we don't really do it because of fear or because things don't seem to be perfect. It's always going to be a challenge. There's always going to be something that's going to stop you. Take it from me. I've been jumping into icy cold water for the last 12 years, doing things I've never done before, taking chances on things that I, may or may not work because, it's online. Online businesses were brand new when I was starting in almost 12 years ago. So it did take a little bit of courage, but it also took a lot of faith. And it was faith that got me through this weekend, let me tell you, making sure that I got the rest and that I shut down all the way, making sure that I stayed hydrated, making sure that I stretched, making sure that I gave myself grace and stayed in gratitude. And number 5, most of all, always trusting that if God brought me to this and things weren't working out right, that somehow or other things were going to work out right. I'm so glad that I, stayed faithful and stayed disciplined and got this summit through. And because it's awesome, I'm telling you, what is shared is awesome. And there's something there for everyone. Now, someone just asked me, can Pete's purchase it now with the replay? If so, how much? Well, here's the good news. I am going to be running the replay hopefully tomorrow or Wednesday. My team is working on the post editing right now. And as soon as I know, I'll let you know, and it will run for 1 day. And then after that, I will be selling it. And the good thing about selling it is that you're going to be able to get the same downloads and attachments and talking points and some extra bonuses that the people who registered will be getting. So it will definitely be going on sale. I will let you know when that goes on sale. But for now, there is 1 day that you'll be able to, 1 day where you'll be able to see both days. And I'll let you know what day that is. It's going to be this week, though. So you need to keep tuning in to the Wellness Woman group. I want to welcome all of our new wellness women. As a matter of fact, I want to say hello to my new YouTube listeners. It's wonderful to have you here on Lynnis Minutes, and also my new IGTV listeners on Instagram. It's wonderful. I'm so excited to be able to talk with you more directly. And I am so excited that we have 4,000 women now in the Wellness Woman group. Ladies, we are on a roll. Thank you so much for sharing this group with others. And I know they say don't say share because Facebook cuts you off. Let's see if they do it or not. But thank you for sprinkling this group to other women. This is a movement whose time has come. Yes, we're going through a lot of negative stuff right now. All the more reason for us to connect with a tribe that's going to help you to stay well, that has positive messaging. For those of you who've been sending me posts to put up, not very many of them went up this past weekend because I was doing the summit. Well, we're starting fresh today, and it's Motivational Monday, and I will be posting all your motivational posts. So please send them to me, things that you think will inspire and empower and encourage and uplift women who are over 40. We are awesome women. I feel that I'm awesome. I know that you're awesome. You are. Don't let anybody tell you different. And even on those days when you're not feeling great, come here to the group. I guarantee you there's going to be something that someone has posted or that I've posted that's going to give you that aha moment that keeps you uplifted and helps you to get through and power through the day. So thanks so much for listening. I will be seeing you very shortly in the group. I'll be posting some great things that I've been thinking about. We're going to be talking a lot about V.I.B.E living this month. I'm so excited about that. And I have another webinar coming up this month that I'll share with you through the week. Thanks so much for listening, and I will see you real soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Lynnis Minutes. I hope you have learned something valuable that will aid you along your journey to wellness. Please like and share our broadcast. And if you're on Facebook, join the Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond group. Check out the link below, as well as all the other links that feature information that will help you to stay well and thrive in midlife.